Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the King Island Ordinary Council meeting for the month of May 2026. For the record, today's date is Tuesday the 19th of May 2026. I call the meeting to order and declare the meeting open at 4:01 p.m. Usual housekeeping, if everyone can ensure their mobile phones are turned off or put on silent so that we're not interrupted. Thank you. Item 1, as always, is qualified advice pursuant to Section 65 of the Local Government Acts of the State of Tasmania 1993. We hereby certify that qualified advice has been received to prepare today's agenda. Over to page 7, the required opening statement. As chair of this council meeting, I notify all that an audio-visual recording is being made of the meeting. All persons attending the meeting are to be respectful of and considerate towards other persons attending the meeting, and language and conduct at the meeting that could be perceived as offensive, defamatory or threatening to a person attending the meeting or listening to the recording is not acceptable. Over to item 2 on page 8, we'll mark the roll book, so to speak. I welcome all councillors and staff in attendance this month. Just confirming our quorum numbers. We have 2 councillor apologies, Councillor Healy and Councillor Allen are apologies, and Councillor Ira Cook is away on a leave of absence. So taking those into consideration and the councillors present here tonight, we are 6 of 9 councillors, so we certainly have the required minimum quorum of 5 councillors, and we are therefore good to crack on and transact council business. Staff attendance, King Island Council staff are here as required. We've done our comms checks with Malcolm, Taylor and also Charlotte. So we're good to go on that front. Any other comms checks? No, that's all we need. Okay, that's good. Are there any staff apologies for tonight? Everyone here that needs to be here, thank you. Media attendance, as just noted, the meeting is being recorded and media is present. Public attendance, on behalf of King Island Council, I welcome all interested constituents that are joining us here in our gallery for the meeting this afternoon, also those who will listen to the recording afterwards. For the opening statement, would everybody please stand? Councillors, to begin this meeting, I ask you to stand in silence to pray or reflect on our responsibilities to the people of King Island. We begin today by acknowledging the traditional custodians of the land on which we meet today and pay our respects to their elders past and present. We extend that respect to Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples here today. Thank you. Please resume your seats. As we like to do, just before or part of presentations, a shout out to new staff, or hails and farewells, so to speak. Firstly, on behalf of King Island Council, it's my pleasure to welcome Tamara White to the council team. Tamara is our new Community Resilience Coordinator. Important to note, that is a state government grant funded position, part-time. So Tamara, welcome to the King Island Council family. Great to have you working with us. On behalf of King Island Council, I would also like to, as this will be her last council meeting with us, it's my melancholy duty to farewell Taylor Stevens and acknowledge her great work with us for the last 3 years in the community development space. You're leaving big shoes to fill, Taylor. It's been great working with you for the last 3 years. So thanks for all your work and service to the community for the last 3 years. And on behalf of the council, we wish you and your family sincere best wishes for the future.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, everyone. It's been a real pleasure.
As I mentioned, big shoes to fill. We are currently recruiting to fill that position, that critically important position for our council. So that is being advertised at the moment. So watch this space. All right, item 3, presentations. There are nil for tonight. Item 4, contributions to the community. We have nil to acknowledge this month. So we'll over to item 5. Item 5 is public questions or public question time. In accordance with what is an acceptable question below, if a constituent in our gallery wishes to ask a question or questions without notice, I will allow a minimum of 15 minutes question time. So are there any questions from our public gallery? Faye, you have the call. Yes, ma'am?
Could you please make the percentage higher for the visibility for the screen? That's it.
How's that?
Yeah, that's it.
If you'd like to ask council a question without notice, you're more than welcome at your discretion. Thank you, but nice to see you here, Faye. And again, as a council, we encourage more King Island constituents to come in here, observe our council meetings, get a feel for what is pressing business and up for council decision making, kick our tyres, so to speak, and make sure we're representing you properly, and be across what's happening across the island that comes within our charge. So, all right, we'll move on to the next item, item 6, declaration of interests. Are there any for the ordinary agenda tonight? All right, thank you. We'll move on to item 7. Item 7 is questions without notice by a councillor. Does any councillor have a question or questions without notice? Okay, satisfied? All right, thank you. We'll move on. Item 8, notices of motion or motions with notice. There are nil for this month. So we'll go straight on to item 9, confirmation of the previous minutes. The last ordinary council meeting, or our last ordinary council meeting, was last month on the 21st of April. Those minutes have been promulgated and distributed. If councillors are satisfied, would somebody like to move for receipt of those minutes? The Deputy Mayor has moved, thank you. I have a seconder. Councillor Rowan Cook has seconded. Straight to a vote. All those in favour to receive those minutes? Carried unanimously, thank you. Six of us, obviously. Over the page, right, item 10.1, the Mayor's diary for last month, April. Obviously, I'm the council officer responsible for my diary. I'll just mention one particular noteworthy, unexpected and noteworthy event for April before we get a mover and a seconder, and then I'll happily entertain any other questions or discussions. But late last month, it was my unexpected great honour to attend the APRA Centenary Music Awards at the Hordern Pavilion in Sydney. I was invited and my trip was paid for by the Australian music industry. I don't travel too much these days as Mayor because of the costs involved for our small council, but this is the only paid trip that I've undertaken in my 4 years as Mayor. But the Australian music industry was prepared to pay for me to attend on behalf of King Island Council because we hold the oldest music licence in the country for public use. We've held that licence since 1926, so we've held it for 100 years. And obviously this was the Centenary Music Awards celebration in Sydney. So we received a special recognition award for that century-long commitment to the Australian music and Australian music industry. And I was treated like a VIP. It really was a great honour. And I enjoyed it so much. They really looked after me on our behalf, and I got to receive that award and bring it back. The APRA award, is currently on display at the Hub. I figure we'll leave it there for a few months and then we'll work out whether it should come back here or maybe go into the museum to tell that full story of the 100 years of us being the first licence holder in Australia. But anyway, for the music industry, that was a big deal, a surprisingly big deal. And as a result of it, I was treated like a VIP by everyone, and all the music stars, including many of my own 80s and 90s music heroes, were very, very keen to talk to me and to learn more about King Island and to engage with us, which was great. And I did my best. A representational gig that they don't come bigger than that, but I did my best to promote King Island, and in particular the Festival of King Island, in many fleeting conversations that I had that night, and it was a great honour to be there. So in particular, In Excess and Paul Kelly and so many others that are definitely my music heroes from that era, to be in their company and to have really nice discussions with them and find them so approachable and so humble and down to earth and more interested in us was a great compliment to King Island. And the story of our 100-year-old music licence is a really interesting one, and one that I hope will end up in the museum being told fully with the gong on display next to it. So that was a hoot. So that's that. And I'll now ask for a mover and a seconder for my diary, and then kick any more questions or discussion points around. So would somebody like to move? Councillor Layla has moved, thank you. A seconder? Councillor Rowan Cook has seconded, thank you. So Councillor Layla, if you'd like to fire away any questions at your discretion to do so.
Not really. Another busy month for the Mayor, and it'll be interesting to get feedback from the Senate Committee on Aviation, as well as the TFAS review. There has been, obviously Sharp are doing a lot of canvassing and advocating in their space at the moment. They have been in touch with the Chamber of Commerce as well recently. I hope you enjoyed your time away representing us.
Yeah, it was an unexpected pleasure, thank you. And I've messaged Senator Tyrrell today that now that she's joined the federal government and changed over, just to touch base with her and just to see if that might offer up any opportunities for us to give the Tasmanian Freight Equalisation Scheme review another almighty shove and give us the inside track on trying to get quicker progress on that front. So I'll let you know when and if I hear back from her. Any other questions or discussion related to my diary for last month? All right, just confirming that Councillor Laidler moved, Councillor Rowan seconded. All right, if we're happy, we'll go to a vote. All those in favour to receive my diary? Carried unanimously. Across the page to item 11.1, the operations report for March and April, 2 months, I note. Nanda is the responsible council officer, so Nanda, it's at your discretion to give any specific mentions or wave tops, or we can take the report as read. So over to you.
Only one thing I want to note, overall in the March we have completed $1.1 million worth of ceiling works, of which $400,000 is private jobs. So I'm very happy with that, and we would be making decent profit on that. So what I observed was previously we have always used State Growth to piggy bank on their contractor. But this year we have used our own contractor and they piggybanked on us. And we have noticed that that approach would make us good money, and I'm looking forward to do the same thing in the coming years. So, yeah.
Yeah, all right, thank you. Thank you, Nanda. That's good. I'm sure we'll talk more about that in a minute. All right, we'll get the report moved and seconded, and then we'll deal with the item. Somebody like to move? Deputy Mayor, happy to move. Councillor Green has seconded. Deputy Mayor, anything you want to start off with?
Yeah, I'd just like to know, through you, Mr Mayor, to Nanda, the cost of Aldridge Road resheeting. I take it on notice, Aldridge.
Was that the 1.1 million that was just mentioned?
Take it on notice,
before,
the cost of how much it costs.
How much it costs?
Oh, okay, gotcha. Right. Okay, so
I will take it on
Top of
notice.
page 18.
top of page 18. Okay, all right. We'll take that on notice. And I just add, as we often do, constituents that don't understand how private works on King Island work and operate and what the definition of that means. Private works on King Island are not billionaires' driveways and tennis courts and swimming pools and all that kind of stuff. Private works, for the most part, for us here on King Island, are us being subbied by State Growth to work on the State Growth main roads. So it's a win-win arrangement whereby they subby to us to do those works, because we're really the logical and only people on the island that are capable of doing those works and subbying to get the work done. We make a small profit on delivering those jobs for State Growth at their expense, and then that small profit we're able to make from that not only gives us better practice and more competency, but that's reinvested back into our own roads network. So it's a win-win arrangement. So private works for us is us primarily doing subby work for the state government for the roads that they're responsible for, not us doing billionaires' driveways, so to speak, not to be flippant.
Can I just make a point?
Yes.
Through the Mayor, just want to clarify a point as well, is that when we say profit, we generally budget for income. So these works are budgeted within our annual plan, so we're achieving the income target. Sometimes we might go over that target, but largely it is wrapped up in the budget.
All right, we'll move on to more questions and discussions. Are there any from councillors? Again, we'll take our time through this, go through section by section as required. I noticed, and I thank the works team for it, the strip on the left of Main Road North, just heading north, just before the cheese factory, was a highway strip. It was hit at highway speeds and was a bit dicey there with rocks and whatever else. That was quickly repaired during that period, and grateful for it, and now it's as good as it's ever been. So thanks to the works team and State Growth for getting that expedited pretty quickly, because it was becoming a bit of an issue and there was risks of broken windscreens there from hitting that section at highway speed. So thanks for getting onto that so quickly. And also the ceiling works around the hub, the driveway that goes up to the hub itself, and the car park out the front, that was done as well as part of this thing recently. So it's commendable that a heap of work was done when those contractors were over here, and we were able to do not only a whole lot of new jobs but a whole lot of catch-up jobs as well. So well done to the team, and happy with the work the contractors have done and everything. So that's great.
Thank you.
Any other questions or discussion? Just confirming that the report was moved by the Deputy Mayor, it was seconded by Councillor Green. So if councillors are satisfied, we'll go to and vote to receive the report. All those in favour? Carried unanimously. Over the page to item 12.1, the Community and Cultural Report for April. The responsible officer is, of course, Taylor Stevens. As I mentioned just before, we anticipate this will be Taylor's last council meeting with us, so we'll listen to her last report, knowing that she won't be with us next month, but we wish her all the best for the future. And so, Taylor, any specific mentions at your discretion, or can we take the report as read?
You're on mute.
You're still on mute, so just hit that again.
She's not.
Try that now.
We'll take it as read, Mr.
Yeah.
Mayor.
I think it's our end, Taylor, not yours. So we'll take it as read, and we'll see if you don't. Okay, you're working. You're loud and clear before. I don't know what's happened, but we'll take it as read, and we'll move and second the report, and then we'll mention a few things. So would somebody like to move receipt of the report, and we'll deal with the item? Councillor Layla, thank you. Councillor Green, happy to second, thank you. Councillor Layla, any points, highlights, or questions you wish to ask it?
No, just really great to see a number of youth activities happening at the moment, and looking forward to the next SPIN meeting. I know there are some issues that won't be discussed within the SPIN meeting that we still need to address as a council group. And yeah, obviously lots of great things happening down at the Arts and Cultural Centre, which I don't get to enough. I apologise, Taylor. That's it.
Thanks, Councillor Layla. Yes, the held exhibition and textile showcase was opened on Friday. I was there with many others for that exhibition that will run for 6 weeks. Something different and new and interesting. Do yourselves a favour and go and check it out. Our youth program is running, starting soon on a Wednesday afternoon at the Hub. That's been well advertised, and hopefully we'll have good buy-in from kids after school attending that Wednesday afternoon at the Hub. That starts, I think, next week off the top of my head. We might get Taylor back shortly to confirm, but that's another exciting program, and we're clearly doing more in the youth space. Hopefully it'll be time and investment well spent, and we'll get the outcomes and dividends that we're after. And also, it's good to see the Hub being used for more and more activities and events, because it's a great place, as we know, for us all to gravitate to. So.
And sorry, through GM, the Mayor,
Deputy GM.
Because Taylor he's on mute for whatever. She's not on mute; it's just on mute.
Yeah, no, it's us.
Just highlighting that those youth programs are predominantly supported by grants that Taylor's been able to secure for the council. So they're things that we're able to do, which is really exciting to be able to go into that space. So the Haywire grant that we got through, I think it was FRRR from memory. So she's doing great work there. And on a personal and professional note, I also need to say that I have truly appreciated Taylor and going to miss her very much. And big shoes to fill, but I'm sure we'll find someone that's going to join our team and continue the great work that she's been doing.
Yeah, thanks, Deputy GM. Yes, can concur with all of that. I know we all do as a council. A job well done. And again, just that you can see the numbers. The numbers there going through the gallery, gallery turnover and sales are all very positive. They all help our bottom line. They all help our budget challenges. So that's great. So unless any councillor or the GM or anyone else have got anything else to say, or we've finally got Taylor's mic working.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Welcome. You're with us.
Sorry, all that, and I don't have anything prepared, but I've just enjoyed my time so much at council. I'm surrounded by such an awesome team. It's been a wonderful learning experience. I have, the best people that I get to work with and the best bosses, and I've got to work in just what I find is like the best space. We get to have fun and make things happen for everyone, and work with community groups. And just thank you for having me around, really. And I feel like I'm leaving on a positive note. Like, we're headed in the youth space. You know, we're connecting more with youth, and we've delivered some pretty cool projects in the arts and culture space, and now we've got resilience as well. So I'm sad to be going, but I'm thankful that I got to be here, and you may see me again one day. So thanks, everybody.
Yes, well said, and big shoes to fill, and sincere best wishes for your new adventure. And it is an adventure, and hopefully that turns out to be what you hope it will be. But we're not going anywhere in case you ever come back to us. So, and you're right. As a council, a small country council like ours with limited resources, we've run some excellent programs. We get most things right, and you and others have done some great work in that space, rejuvenated and revitalised the whole community development space in the last couple of years. So thank you very much. And if there's no further questions or discussion, we will. It's been moved and seconded. Councillor Layla moved and Councillor Green seconded. We'll go and vote to receive the report. All those in favour? Carried unanimously. Across the page to item 13.1, the financial report for the month of April. The responsible officer is, of course, Malcolm. So, Malcolm, at your discretion, if you'd like to hit off any specific mentions or take the report as read.
Yes, thanks, Mr. Mayor. Just a couple of points. We've completed, in the report, we just talk about the mid-year review we did, about 3 or 4 months ago. We have completed as part of the leading into the council budget deliberations, a review after the 10 months. That was just necessary to ensure that where we're tracking overall and income and expenditure is in line to budget or in line to the amended budget, which has got those built-in savings of nearly 400,000. So there's some plus and minuses. Generally, we're on track because we use that information as an input to rely on balancing the next year's budget, because obviously any savings or any overruns that might happen this year but unidentified, they're going to impact next year. So we need to keep an eye, as well as drafting next year's budget. We also need to look at the year-end position for this year. So that's just probably something we'll probably update in the next report, but we've only completed that recently. In terms of high-level key income sources for the month of April, of course, I think Ned has already alluded to that as the private works income, which is above budget. So that's been a good news story overall. So probably leads into about we have a big four. That's the airport, the quarry, the private works, and the waste. As I mentioned, the private works. We've got a dot point there on the key issues. We've got higher than budget income for that, so we've got a favourable surplus there. The other three are pretty much aligned all the budget. The airport, the quarry, and the waste is about where we expect them to be. You'll see they've got individual reports, and they're pretty much aligned more with where we expect them to be, with a surplus or a subsidy, as the case may be. Capital Works program, very quickly, 370,000. We've got the acquisition of the cardboard briquette machine. Nanda alluded to the rotary seal works. That hasn't come through. Probably the spend hasn't come through on the CapEx report. That's, of course, state or roads to recovery funding, about $900,000+. So there's only about 40,000 showing on this report. As it sort of tracks through and we receive it, we can record it on the reports. So the main, so there's a little bit of that work showing on this April report. The cardboard briquette machine acquisition and the painting of the lighthouse, of course, which was scheduled for this financial year. So they're the key things for me. Thanks, Mr. Mayor.
All right, thanks, Malcolm. We'll get the report moved and seconded, and then we'll deal with the item. Would somebody like to move the report? Councillor Green, thank you. A councillor to second. Councillor Rowan, Cook, thank you. Councillor Green, at your discretion if you want to via the opening salvo.
No, I'm right for the moment.
The council team have done a great job after our budget review for the remainder of this financial year, with all the headwinds and unexpected challenges we've encountered, plus global events and influences and increasing costs and fuel prices, etc. The team have done a great job to really robustly and ruthlessly rein in expenditure across the board, tighten the belt, so to speak, to put us in a stronger position as we can be in as we run down to the close of this current financial year, a month and a bit to go until the end of this financial year, and obviously from that momentum, prepare and ratify our next financial year's budget, anticipated to be at the Ordinary Council meeting this time next month. We've definitely got some financial challenges and headwinds, no doubt about it. All councils do, all governments do, but especially us as an isolated small country council. There comes a time, whether you're a big council or a small council or a rich council or a poor council, where you almost have to stop building things for a year or two and just consolidate and maintain what you've got. We're probably at that point now as a council, and that's what we're currently dealing with and deliberating, where that will place our priorities. And you know, the understandably tough sell that it's going to be to our constituents. We like nothing more than building exciting new things, but with the current challenges and the current resources available to us, next financial year in particular is going to be one heck of a belt tightener, but that's the way it's got to be. And in tough times, we've got to try and meet our constituents and our ratepayers halfway. And that all starts with getting our own expenditure under control. Unlike most other governments around the country and around the world who spend more than they make, go into deficit or borrow or tax more, we try and do the responsible opposite of that. So well done to the team, and we're having an additional budget consideration workshop next week, and then hopefully that will then set us up for going into June ready to pass the budget that we need to pass to deal with all the current headwinds and challenges as well as opportunities. So I thank Malcolm and Reith and all managers across the organisation who've been helping us do this. We don't like doing it, but 6 months after the dog amnesty that we generously announced, 6 months after the dog amnesty, we have issued a whole range of dog infringement notices to people out there who haven't paid for whatever reason. So we don't like doing it, and we didn't want to do it, but we've got to do what we've got to do. So a lot of people are coming forward now to pay those overdue fees, or let us know that maybe their dog passed away or whatever else, and our records haven't kept up. That is sometimes the case. So that's happening at the moment. So again, little things like that, you know, will help our bottom line, or maybe catch up an area where we obviously we've been focused elsewhere, but that's an area of catch up for us. But hopefully that will again instill to all dog owners out there, and once our information is current and updated as well, help us make sure that we are enforcing what we need to enforce under the State Dog Act, and that those who owe the council revenue are responsibly paying the council revenue, and not dodging that responsibility, or possibly, I won't say cheating their fellow ratepayers, but in some cases that could well be the case. Everyone who has a dog and should or is required to have it registered needs to have it registered. We've had amnesties in the past. We've been very forward-leaning on this, but our patience is coming to an end. So again, as I say, we don't like doing it, but don't be the people or the owner we have to make an example of. In the meantime, if there's any concerns or questions that any constituents have about the dog infringement notice, come forward. If your dog's passed away, we'll take your word on it. Your word is good enough for us. We'll take you on your word, update our records and remove that requirement if required. Otherwise, you have a choice of paying registration for your dog, albeit overdue, or paying the fine. One is a heck of a lot cheaper than the other. So, and we are very reasonable about those two options. So, that's what's happening at the moment. The lighthouse, Curry Lighthouse here looks absolutely immaculate. The painting job on that done recently, it's for a lighthouse that's been there since 1880, that's older than the Eiffel Tower, looks to me as good as new. I deliberately went down and had a look at it the other day when we had that good weather spell, and I was impressed. The coating of paint on it, the condition of it, the lustre, it looks as good as new for its age. So I think we can be very happy with that painting job, and the current painting supplier seems to have done an excellent job in us looking after that great asset that we have here, historic asset that we have here. They're my points. GM, have you got anything else to add?
No, nothing, Dan.
Councillors, anything else to add? Any specific questions related to the content or the financial tables? Okay, all right. So, just Just confirming it's been moved by Councillor Green, it's been seconded by Councillor Rowan. So the recommendations across on page 35 is to receive the financial report. We'll go to a vote if councillors are satisfied. All those in favour? Carried unanimously. Over to page 37, which is, as soon as I get to it, item 14.1, the Airport Services Report for April 2026. The responsible officer is, of course, the Airport Manager, Chris Dutton. Chris, great to have you with us tonight. So, Chris, at your discretion, if you want to hit any wave tops or if you want to take the report as read.
I take the report as read. The only thing I would like to add, though, I took a period of annual leave over April. Just like to put on the record, Jaden Rainbow and Craig Crismell did a terrific job in my absence, held down the fort. Very capable team out there. That's all I got. Thanks.
Right, thanks, Chris. We'll move and second this report and then deal with the item. Somebody like to move receipt of the report? Deputy Mayor, thank you. A seconder? Councillor Laidler, thank you. All right, Deputy Mayor, if you anything you could head off with you. You're right. Just a couple of things to note. The RAF C-27 Spartan that came down from RAF Amberley was 35 Squadron, not 36 Squadron, 36 Squadron C-17s. That's a burgeoning relationship with the RAF, and we hope them to come down and visit more often, and next time they come down we hope they'll go and sightsee for a few hours and load up with cheese, as we like them to. Same, the Royal Australian Army, no Royal, just the Australian Army. So with those 3 Black Hawk helicopters, that's brilliant. Again, it's because we're kind of an isolated country airfield and there's over-water flight and we have all the challenges of the weather here on King Island, and we have a non-directional beacon, it's excellent training value for pilots. And we're outside controlled airspace and a whole range of other things, so it's really brilliant training value for pilots, and that's why we want to try and encourage the RAF to fly down here more, visit us more, because it's a win-win arrangement, and if they do so, we'll continue to build that relationship with them, and we know it'll be good for our economy directly or indirectly, and help us in the future be more likely to garner federal funding for big improvements to our airfield as well if the military continue to use it frequently and get great training value out of it. They're the only real thoughts I have. Any other councillors got any questions or discussion points related to the airport? We're starting to head into reduced aircraft movements or reduced tempo as we head into winter. The drainage system will be tested heavily over the next few months for sure with the amount of rainfall we've had, and obviously there's lots of ongoing discussions that continue with Rex and Sharp and other operators, and we're hopeful of some good news that will be announced in the months ahead, but I can't preempt anything at this stage. All right, if there are no further questions or discussion, just confirming it's been moved by the Deputy Mayor. It's been seconded by Councillor Laidler. So we'll go to vote to receive the report. All those in favour? Carried unanimously. Over the page to item 15.1, council workshops held. We had our first workshop of May a few weeks back on the 5th of May, and we're going to run an additional workshop next week just to make sure we're ahead of the ball or ahead of the curve on our budget preparation. GM, anything to add?
Nothing to add.
It's all listed there. All right, so we'll move in second and punt that through. Someone like to move receipt of that? Thank you, Councillor Laidler. Councillor Green has seconded. Thank you. All those in favour to receive that brief report? Carried unanimously. Over to something a bit more juicy, item 15.2, the information report for April. GM is the responsible officer. Anything you'd like to head off with, GM?
Nope.
Okay, we'll move in second and deal with the item. Can I have a councillor to move this report? Deputy Mayor, thank you. A seconder? Councillor Rowan Cook, thank you. We'll again take our time to go through this section by section, starting with DAs on page 42. Deputy Mayor, was there anything you wanted to raise first and foremost? As we've mentioned in recent months, our new planning scheme is doing what we wanted our new planning scheme to do, and that is attract more development across the board, from the small end stuff to the big end stuff. We've had a heck of a lot more DAs come through under our planning scheme that can be approved under delegation and not have to come before us as a council planning authority, which reduces costs, increases the throughput, reduces red tape and whatever else. And so that's definitely been a a dividend and bodes well for our new planning scheme, and also bodes well in tough economic times. We're still having lots of development happen, as I said, from the small scale to the big scale. So what's on page 42 at the moment has been the lease that's been listed for a while, but it had to slow down a little bit sooner or later, and I guess it's slowing down a bit heading into winter, which is no surprise there, but that continues to be good for us. Service requests, a quiet April, it would appear. Only 5 service requests for the month and a backlog of 17. So, just over to the procurement table. It's not listed there, but it's listed down on the actions list. The new community car has been ordered from Toyota Australia. We expect it to be delivered soon. And now that Shirley's back, hopefully we'll have her a new community car vehicle for her soon. That's not far away. We'll move into the actions list from page 45 onwards. I'll just councillors, whatever your discretion is, I'll go with.
Through you, Mr. Mayor, can I ask the Deputy Manager about our problem we had with the Memorial Park? How's it going?
It's going, so slowly but surely. So I can confirm that the leases have been signed with the tenants, so DSEP and the RSL, which is great. Unfortunately, we just have a little bit of a hold up now with the Crown Solicitor. They're wanting an amendment to the survey, which is a little frustrating because they told us what they gave us the survey instruction and now they want to change it a little bit. So just waiting on them at the moment, but from our perspective, we're basically kind of locked and loaded, ready to go just to implement the transfer, but we're just waiting on further instruction from them. So getting there. Slowly but surely.
To be patient, doesn't
it? Luckily, I'm very, very, very patient.
Bureaucratic patience is more of a virtue than the normal patience, I guess.
But we are still making progress, so that's good.
Just on page 54, the community assistance grants that we approved last month, we gave the King Island Pony Club that amount of money last month. It was brought up before that they've recently attended what that money was given to them for, and they had a few wins. Yeah, so well done to the Pony Club and all involved. Glad that we could make a contribution to that, and not only the nice new gongs you'll bring back, but the great experience and training benefit and representational benefit they've gotten out of it. And no doubt there'll be a big write-up about it this week in the paper. So well done, Pony Club.
I'd just like to add there, as a former mother of Pony Club people, our kids always punch above their weight when they attend these games. They have to go over and use borrowed ponies. Some of them, evidently the ponies were very good this year, but in some years they've just been dragged out of the back paddock basically, and our kids really do punch above above their weight, and we should be very, very proud of them because they every time they go, they really do us proud.
Yeah, well said, and that's well said. Any more questions or discussions related to the actions list or any of the content in the actions list? Most of it's pretty, again, as we complete or deliver these line items, they're deleted from the record. So sometimes the list expands, sometimes it contracts. Councillor Layla.
It was interesting to talk to one of the ex-King Islanders who's now a paramedic and doing some relief work on King Island. Very proud to say that Kevin and I helped train her, and she's very keen on coming back to King Island and was quite interested in what was happening in the community paramedic space, which still seems to be a bit of an ongoing discussion, doesn't it?
Yeah, indeed. No, that's good. All right. Well, we won't labour this item. We've moved and seconded. Deputy Mayor moved. Councillor Rowan Cook seconded. If there's no further discussion or questions related to the actions list, we'll move to receive the report. All those in favour? Carried unanimously. Across the page to item 15.3, the CURTA, Councillor Representative. Councillor Layla has been an excellent representative of ours and a very active representative of ours for the whole council term. So we thank Councillor Layla for her contribution to that. she's focusing more now on the Curdo and the chamber. I got it mixed up. You're focusing more now on the chamber, not the Curdo, and so yeah, gotcha.
Chamber of Commerce is a subcommittee of Curdo, so yeah.
Yes, gotcha. Right. They used to be separate organisations, but now they're kind of merged, and you know.
They've actually always been the same.
Yeah. Okay. All right. But no, thanks for the work you've done as our rep, and we want to make sure, we just want to appoint a representative or an additional representative for the remainder of this council term. Councillor Bowden, as at the workshop a few weeks back, was happy to volunteer as the second rep. Are you still happy to be the second rep? Okay, excellent. So with that'll be the Deputy Mayor and Councillor Bowden as our reps. So we'll move A and delete B. Just let Leah catch up. And there's no reason, David, why you can't vote on this. It's just a replacement for the remainder of the council term. So, who's happy to move? Who's happy to move that David becomes the deputy mayor? Excellent, thank you. A seconder. Councillor Green has seconded. All right, excellent. All those in favour? David, you're okay to vote. Carried unanimously. Thank you, and thanks, David, for sitting and taking on that task for the remainder of this council term. All right, so there being no further ordinary council meeting business, would somebody like to move us into closed council to transact the following? Councillor Laidler has moved. Councillor Bowden has seconded. Thank you. all those in favour? Carried unanimously. Our next ordinary council meeting is on Tuesday the 16th of June. This ordinary meeting is therefore adjourned. I thank the public for attending and we'll take a quick break. Thank you.